Hey kids, Flexing Teacher Weber here. I hope you're having a good day. We're going to look at another kind of equation today. It's solving equations by division. And we're going to start this one by looking at a word problem. It says, Dad is 2 times as old as Junior. Gramps is 2 times as old as Dad. The sum of the 3 ages is 140. How old is each family member? Write a math equation in the form ax equals b and solve. Well, we're going to write a math equation that looks like this to solve this problem. So we have 3 unknown numbers in this question. We have Dad, we have Junior, and we have Gramps. Now look at this. It says Dad is 2 times as old as Junior. Well, we don't know how old Dad is, but we know he's double the age of Junior, and we don't know how old Junior is. So let's start simple. Let's say X will equal Junior. Now it says Dad is 2 times as old as Junior. If Junior's X, Dad is 2 multiplied by X. How do we show that? Well, 2 multiplied by X, we've learned earlier, is just 2X. So 2X is Dad. Now Gramps. It says Gramps is 2 times as old as Dad. So if Dad is 2x and Gramps is 2 times the age of Dad, then 2 times 2 is 4. Gramps has to be 4x. So Junior is x, Dad is double Junior, which is 2x, and Gramps is double Dad, which is 4x. And it says the sum of those ages is 140. So we have to add up those ages. Junior is X, and we've talked about this a little bit, but just so everyone's clear, if you have a variable X with no number in front of it, no coefficient we call that, then there actually is one there, there's a 1. So you can think of Junior as 1X, Dad as 2X, and Gramps as 4X. You add all those up and they're supposed to equal 140. So I have 1x, I have 2x, I have 4x. I have a total of 7 x's equals 140. This is a multiplication math equation. And it's in this form. It's in ax equals b, right? This is like 7x equals 140. So it's a math equation in that form. It's a multiplication math equation, and we want to show the value of 1x. So how can I make multiply by 7x turn into 1x? Well, I can divide by 7. And if I do it to one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other side. 7 divided by 7 is 1x. 14 divided by 7 is 2. Tack on the 0 for 20. So 1x is equal to 20. Or x is equal to 20. Now we've said x was Junior. So that means Junior is 20. Now we said Dad was 2 times Junior, 2 times x. So if Dad is 2x and Junior is 20, Dad will be 2 times 20, which is 40. Dad will be 40. Okay, and we've said Gramps is 4x, double the age of Dad. So if Junior's x, Gramps is 4 times 20, which is 80. And if you add up those ages, 80 plus 40 is 120, plus 20 is 140. So we've just used a math equation in the form ax equals b, a multiplication math equation that we solved by dividing to get these answers. And that's going to be our focus today, solving equations by division and checking them. So let's do a few of these. It says solve each equation by using the opposite operation. Check your answer. And we're going to have some negative integers as well. So let's take a look at number 1. We have 3 multiplied by some number equals negative 33. To solve this, you divide both sides of the equal sign by 3. You show that division in the form of a fraction. 3 divided by 3 is 1x. 33 divided by 3 is 11, and it's a negative divided by a positive. So a negative divided by a positive is a negative. And that's the same as saying x equals negative 11. 1x and x are the same thing. Now, if I was to go and check this, write down the original equation, 3x equals negative 33, and both sides should work out the same. 3 multiplied by negative 11 equals negative 33. Is that true? Absolutely. Negative 33 equals negative 33. That's how you solve an equation by division. Let's do a couple others. So number 2, negative 4x equals 36. Well, I want to show the value of 1x. How do I make multiply by negative 4x turn into 1x? Well, I divide this side not just by 4, but by negative 4. Because negative 4 divided by negative 4, a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And then if I do it to that side, I have to do it to that side. Positive 36 divided by negative 4, a positive divided by a negative is a negative. And 1x is the same as saying x, so I can also just say x is equal to negative 9. Now, how do I check it? Well, I check it by writing the math equation again, negative 4x equals 36. I substitute in negative 9 for x. And is that true? Does negative 4 times negative 9 equal positive 36? Absolutely. If you remember your integers, a negative times a negative is a positive. Both sides are equal. Let's look at some larger numbers. 5 multiplied by some number m equals negative 135. Well, to solve this equation and show the value of 1m, I'm going to divide this side of the equal sign by 5, because 5 divided by 5 gives me 1m, which is what I want. Now I also have to divide this side by 5. Negative 135 by 5. I'm going to go to some scrap paper and take some more space to do this. So negative 135 divided by 5. I'm going to go doink, doink. Let's do this over here. So I'm going to write negative 135 divided by 5. Now we can divide this in parts, right? I would do negative 100 divided by 5 and negative 35 divided by 5. Now negative 100 divided by 5 is negative 20, and negative 35 divided by 5 is negative 7. So if you add those up, you'll have negative 135 divided by 5, which is negative 27. So if you go back to your answer over here, 1m equals negative 27. Or, even simpler, m equals negative 27. Okay, the check. (5m) equals negative 135. Substitute negative 27 in for m equals negative 135. Now let's check and see if that's true. Does 5 multiplied by negative 27 equal negative 135? I'm going to click ahead. Okay, so negative 27 multiplied by 5. Well, I might think of this as negative 20 times 5 and plus negative 7 times 5. Well, negative 20 times 5 is negative 100, and negative 7 times 5 is negative 35. So absolutely, those equal negative 135. So since both sides of the equal sign are the same, I am good. Let's take a look at one last one. Same idea as the other ones, but you'll notice the variable is on the other side of the equal sign, right? So I'm going to do negative 246 equals negative 6y. Well, I want to show the value of positive 1y. The way I do that is dividing this side of the equal sign by negative 6. And then to keep the equality, do the same thing to the other side. Well, I know negative 6 divided by negative 6 is positive 1y equals, and I have to do negative 246 divided by negative 6. Well, so I'll do that over here. Negative 246 divided by negative 6. Now I'm going to do, I think what stands out to me is negative 240 divided by negative 6. And 6 divided by negative 6 divided by negative 6. I'll break it into parts. Okay, well, 24 divided by 6 is 4. Tack on the 0, and it's a negative divided by a negative, so that's positive. And negative 6 divided by negative 6 is positive 1. Add those together and you get that that's 41. So negative 246 divided by negative 6 is positive 41. And then the check. So negative 246 equals negative 6y. I will substitute in my value, negative 6 times 41. Oops. And that is true. Both sides multiply, or both sides are equal to negative 246. Can do a little mental math here, right? 6 times 40 is 240. 6 times 1 is 6. That's 246, and it's a negative multiplied by a positive, so it's negative. So there are the basic ideas behind solving equations with division. I'm going to do one more video that just shows you some different ones than those. So make sure it'll be a shorter one. But that's all for now. Make sure you watch number 2 in solving equations by division. That's all for now. Flexing Teacher Weber, ouch.